So now we are going to see how to make the raised stars. I have 3 colors of buttercream here. Also to show you how to make multicolored piping, that you could use it for any of the piping practices that we have made. So let me just keep the template away. And so this is just the same buttercream colored in 3 different, so it's this yellow, blue and a bit of orange. So how I'm going to put all the 3 together. So one of the ways that you could do that is to have the cling wrap. So into the cling wrap, I'm just going to pipe all the 3 colors, one next to the other. So I'm just going to chop the piping bag. So if all 3 of them, I'm just going to and pipe the next color. So now I'm just going to have the cling wrap getting all the creams close and just tightly pack it, so we just get rid of the air bubbles. Just twist it together. Okay, so on one side I'm just going to have it chopped. So twisting is just going to get rid of all the air bubbles. So one side I'm just going to release the twist and then just chop this. So I'm just going to get a bigger open star with quite a deep ridges that are there. So I'm just going to put it inside. Like I said, first get it in all the way as much the nozzle will go. Just mark where the ridges end and then push the nozzle down and hold where you're marking with your thumb, and then just go in and then cut and then get the piping bag as tight as possible, but without tearing up here on the edge. Just make sure your piping bag is not covering the ridges here, otherwise you're just going to not get the actual pattern from the nozzle. Okay, so now the piping bag is fitted into this. You see the 3 colored buttercreams which are just put together into the cling wrap. I'm just going to drop this inside. And then twist, and so I have all the 3 colors coming in through the nozzle. Okay, so this was just an additional variation. I thought we should just start doing it as we're doing the piping practice itself. And this is a raised star. It's just going to be quite tall, and the 3 colors are going to be nice for this. So you guys will also choose any 3 colors, and this one we'll do with 3 shades. Okay, so here you can see the angle is 90 degrees. So how it is going to be, so I'm going to start squeezing. Okay, and I'm going to stay there in the same level. So this is the level I'm choosing, and I'm going to start squeezing. Now as I squeeze, so there is a difference between how I'm going to do this one and how we did the flat stars. The flat stars, I just made the star and the distance between the sheet and the tip of the nozzle will just remain the same. So once I have the right size of the star, I'll just stop squeezing and then I will move my hand to the top. That is how the flat starts were, right? So this one I should have an extra gap between the tip of the nozzle and the sheet, which is the surface in which we are piping. Now once it just flows out, the base will broaden and we just need to build the base and then build the body of the star and then keep moving your hand as the buttercream just builds the raised stars. Okay, so you just have a better understanding as I do. So I'm just going to have, so this could be the height, the difference for the flat stars, but because this one is raised stars, I'm just going to start squishing as the base is getting built. I'll slowly keep moving up and I will keep squeezing the buttercream out until I know that I have the right height of the raised star, and that is when I will stop squeezing. Okay, so I'm just going to keep squeezing and keep squeezing more. You want the base to just ruffle up, and as it keeps building, I'll just keep lifting my hand slowly and then I'll stop squeezing and then I lift. Okay, so let me do one more time. Squeeze, the star comes out. Slowly keep lifting your hand to the top. Just wait until the sides ruffle up a bit. As it builds, just keep moving up. Once you have the right amount of the base built, stop squeezing and then lift. Okay, so this one is better. That's the first one where we just try to understand how much is the space that we need to give, because each nozzle will behave a little differently because each of them has different shapes and ridges. So one more time. First the star, continue to give pressure. Once the sides starts to ruffle, slowly move up. Let the base build, and once you have the right amount squeezed out, you just lift. When you are lifting, you would have already stopped squeezing. Okay, one more. 90 degrees. Frosting comes out. Wait until it ruffles on the sides. Base is built. And then stop squeezing and then lift. So you have the raised star. So these come in handy when you're just going to frost your cupcakes without having to do the rosettes or swirls around and things like that. They also come in handy. You could just do them on your cakes like Black Forest, where you just need a very broad base to have your cherries or any chocolates or chocolate chunks that needs to go on top of the cake that you have to decorate. So the raised stars come in handy and they kind of look beautiful with 3 different shades that we just used, and you can see how they have kind of ruffled at the base, and that is what is important, that you need to focus when you are going to do the raised stars. Now before actually doing with a tri-colored buttercream on the practice sheet, I'd suggest you guys, because if you keep practicing with a tri-colored, then maybe you're just going to keep removing it, and once this is done, if you're going to remove, then you're going to have another new color, right? So you don't want to do that, because there could be iterations where you need to scrape it down and then redo it a few times. So you use the same colored buttercream that you've done for the previous lesson. First understand the kind of pressure that you need to do to get the raised star, and once that gets approved, and then move on to the tri-colored buttercream that's just done on the cling wrap. And once you put that, then after that just do another row. Now this is a bigger nozzle, so it's just 4 enough for me for the sheet, but when you are going to do, you could just choose another smaller open star nozzle for the same technique, and then have at least 2 rows that you just have made to get approval. So once you've done the raised stars with the color of buttercream that you used for the previous lessons, and that gets approved of 2 or 3 rows, after which do the tricolored buttercream and then make again 2 rows to get the approval. And with that, we've finished making the raised stars, and catch you up in the next piping practice.